Hi guys, welcome to Otto's Garage. Right, today's the day we're going to have a look at the engine. Just lifted it up there, better working height. I have got a stand, but unfortunately that's not at the workshop, so we're just going to have to make do with what we've got at the moment. But we're going to basically today try and split it all down, see what's going on, get the head off it, and just have a look inside and see what kind of condition it's at. So let's get going. Right, we've got quite a bit off there, so we've taken the clutch pack off this end and then round the other side. I've stripped out all of the water pump and everything off there. So what we're going to do next is get the head off. I'm not touching any of these pulleys because obviously at the moment she's set to the cams, and without having a belt on it, if we spin the crank around, it's going to interfere with the valves at the top. So we're just going to leave all that alone, and we'll take those off afterwards. But the next thing to do is drop it down onto the bench here, and then we can start getting the head off. So where we've taken a number of parts off the same item, what I've done is I've boxed them up, and then we've just written on the top what they are. So that's basically all the ancillaries around the turbo, the downpipe and the wastegate actuator, etc., and some oil feed pipes in that. So we'll get that one out of the way and we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, that's the inlet manifold off, and we've basically split the head from the block, and you can't really see, but the bores don't look in that bad in it. There's no horrendous ridges or scratches or anything on there. Obviously it's all going in the parts washer anyway, and it's all going to be rebuilt, but I think it looks like there might have been a little blow between these two cylinders here on the gasket, so that might have been an issue. You can see that there. Just seems to be a little bit of travel across between the two. Anyway, we'll see what occurs on that. The head will get all stripped down and that'll be rebuilt as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to flick the block over, take off all the oil filter housing assembly and stuff like that, and then we'll have a look at the crank underneath and see what's going on there. So taking the front pulley off the end of the crankshaft is quite a tricky thing when the engine's out of the car, obviously, because it's wobbling around. And the other thing you've got to bear in mind is that it has got a left-hand thread on it. So that bolt that holds it on has got a left-hand thread, not a right-hand thread. You'll be there for a long time trying to undo it if you go that way around with it. But what we did as well is we just made a little jig bar at the end there. It's just a bit of angle. It's the same piece of steel that I used on the hubs when I was taking the hubs off the wheels before, but I just bolted that to the flywheel, and then basically that's meant that with a bit of weight stood on the engine, we've been able to take the front pulley off and then expose the end of the that's the cam belt pulley in there now. This one is the balancer shaft pulley. So there we go. In other news, okay, so much as I would have loved to have used the original Prisma grille, what we found when we put the new bonnet on basically was that on the Prisma there's a coach line step here, and the Prisma grille is just a little bit higher. It's probably about 20mm higher, and with the new fiberglass there, it just was not going to fit. So I just put a bit of a post out onto one of the groups, and a chap called Mike Spread got back to me, and he said he had a Delta grill, a couple of Delta grills. This one's actually off a LX, probably it's at a 1300 I think, but in any event it's pretty much the same. They're all the same on there, and he's sent that over to me free of charge. So thanks Mike for that. Fits perfectly. We'll get that all cleaned up and everything, but that is the one that's going to go on the cart, so that's very much appreciated, and I'll show it to you in the flesh before too long. Cheers. Well, that's the oil pan off. Nothing too horrendous in there really. It is actually quite clean. Bit of pickup on the bottom of the pickup there, but you can see down there to the big ends. But the actual pan itself little bit gooey in there, but I suppose that's to be expected. There it is with the sump off and all the oil ways out of the way, and you can see the crank there basically. I'm not going to do any more to that at the moment because I'm going to be taking it to the unit next door, and we're going to build the engine over there. He's got all the correct stuff, builds a lot of race engines and stuff, so that's ideal. We can go and do that. And he's got a fantastic dishwasher for engines, so we'll put all those parts in there, and then we can inspect it all when she's nice and clean. So we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching Otto's Garage. Please click the subscribe button and share it if you can as well. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much.
Bye bye!